throw here out of the gun. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead. And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
And now it's a 3rd and 4 situation for the offense. Looking to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Bears on 3rd. 41 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brad 38!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Here's the Bears defense as they head out to set up shop now. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. He's at the 50. The 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. A great play there, an 80-yard touchdown, and the Niners have taken the early lead. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Point after here coming up. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A chance for us to look now at this 49ers defense. Now the interception for them the last time, and that turned into 6 points.
You think during their break they reminded the offense that, hey, we helped you guys out a little bit, right? You know, they want to see if they can do it again for them. They're putting together an entire team game by how they're playing on defense.
So the interception the last drive, what will happen here?
Come on, let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Eric Armstead was a big-time high school basketball player turned into college football All-American. Now they're counting on him in the NFL to fulfill his promise.
Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That one good for 12 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team can have any more confidence in handing him the football.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. He'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24.
Quarterbacks like throwing the slant route, but they have to be careful about ball placement. They have to put it in a spot that makes sure the receiver has his body in front of the defender.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
One receiver left, 2 to the right.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He dumps it to Hyde. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
At the end of one, 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll send Beckham alone to the left side.
Here we go.
Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. They'll look to throw. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
All right, here we go. 39.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
Now let's go. Blue landed. Blue landed.
And they'll go on the ground. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Defense.
And just a simple, basic neutral zone infraction here, partner.
Yeah, when you're ready to launch and go get the quarterback, sometimes you take off a bit too fast.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense, hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Complete to Gilmore, the tight end. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Second down following the run. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. 6 yards to go here on second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And ready for 3rd and 6.
You got right. Hey, let's get them home. Here we go. Grand 38. Hey, check. Grand 38.
They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Holding offense.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. Here comes the Bears defense now back onto the field. And despite being down on the scoreboard, this unit, they've had some big-time hits.
Sort of like us at practice the other day. I saw you take a running start at that blocking sled. You took it down.
Bounced off like a rubber band.
No, not at all. But you're exactly right. They are doing their job, but they want to add takeaways to it. You need to have more of those to go along with the big hits we're seeing.
By the way, when I tried that and I bounced back, I noticed that you laughed with everyone else. You didn't try to get in my corner.
No. Someone had just told me a joke on the other side.
Right,
I missed that. Totally missed it.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Blue landing.
He'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. So they don't get anything out of that completion. I guess when you roll out of the pocket like he did there to the left, if you're going to throw it, you better gain some yardage.
Now, can you just hear the old school coaches right now? You threw it for no yards? They don't want the ball in the air unless something positive is going to happen downfield. And that can't...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether it's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Let's go. 190. 190.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Red zone opportunity. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
Oh, here we go. Oh. Come on, let's go. What? Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though,
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So 4th down, John Fox will turn it over to his field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Try and start this drive in the air. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. Both the Bears and the 49ers are struggling mightily inside the red zone. And in a low-scoring game, you have to believe both teams feel like they've let some opportunities get away from them. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10. Here the throw is hurried and picked off. Ford's in position, and he is the one who comes away with the ball. After the INT. Offense comes out now. He'll break free of the pack, and he'll take this 80 yards for the score. 49ers on offense midway through the second. That takes the lead up to 7. And he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 12-yard line.
Okay, Larry, back here, 7-0 our score as we ready ourselves for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And to give this time to the tailback. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now a handoff looking right. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game, a really nice run. Do they decide to come back with it, or was that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for...
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And his pass incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
False start, offense.
So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards, and now 1st and 15. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Back to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
On play action, they'll throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Armstead in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And the evidence shows last week's game, it's really leaked into a second game now, Charles. What do you think of this?
And it's a surprise, isn't it? Because when we spent time watching them practice, talking with the coaches, they felt like a bounce back was going to happen this week. They were very confident in the game plan, thought the defenses they would see would present great opportunities for big-time runs. We're not getting that so far. I don't know if it's the game plan or if they're just being overwhelmed by the defense they're facing.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
Holding offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Two receivers left, one to the right. He'll look to throw. And incomplete.
Sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. come out throwing here on first down. Complete to Gilmore over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. Four yards remaining now on second down. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got time. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They get 25 yards out of that one, and it'll be a Chicago first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Tight right, tight right. Let's go. Run 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Second down and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
So much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Come on, let's go. Run 38. Run 38.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
We got three, fellas. We got three. All right, here we go. 3, 9, 10.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. A well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a first down in field goal range already. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. 3, 9, 10.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough, tough job to contain them.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go. 3, 19.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 3. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. So they're operating in the red zone. And they'll run it here. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
1 receiver left, 2 to the right.
Let's go!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. A try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. And they'll get up and spike it right at 40 seconds to go. He'll look to throw. Surveying the field. Still back there. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And now down to 14 as he spikes it to stop the clock. One receiver left, 3 to the right.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
He's back to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Great protection. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. All day. All day.
But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the 49ers, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Chicago.